And what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is time for me to make my NFL Conference Championship picks. Wow, already at this point in the year? You gotta be kidding me. Seemed like yesterday the season started, and it's just one of those, one of those like, wow, really? We're already at this point in the year. Should I say the season? Four teams left. Who's going home? Who's getting ready to make their mark and go to Super Bowl 55? Will we have a Super Bowl one rematch of the Chiefs and Packers, or something different with the Bills and Packers, or Bills and Bucks, or Chiefs and Bucks? Um, this is going to be good. These are some good games this weekend coming up. Let's get right to it. The first game this weekend is the top-seeded Green Bay Packers hosting the fifth-seeded Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The game starts at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Time or 2:05 p.m. Central Time. I forgot to look up the bets. Last time I checked, I believe Green Bay was a 4-point favorite. I'm looking it up right now to just to check the betting line right now, just to see how much Green Bay's favored by. Green Bay's favored by 3. The New York Times says. Yeah, so they were a 4-point favorite though earlier this week. But yeah, let's talk about the respective games of these teams from the divisional round. Green Bay we talk about that matchup against the Rams. The big story: Aaron Rodgers tearing up the Rams defense. It was wow. The Rams defense looked like a bunch of children. I mean, it was just bombs down the field at times. Allen Lazard getting involved, and you got Aaron Jones running around a little bit too. Aaron Donald couldn't. They didn't even sack Aaron Rodgers at all in the game. Aaron Rodgers had a clean game. The Rams, though, were able to do some stuff on offense at times. The Packers defense got a little soft there in the middle of the game. Kind of wondered if the Rams were going to come back, and could have happened, but the Packers defense did make crucial stops at points. It's just that they did give up some plays there in the game. You're kind of wondering, well, are they going to really screw this one up? They were able to get to Jared Goff, Darius Smith on the edge there, just really good at what he does. Pass rush probably the biggest strength of the Green Bay Packers defense. Their pass defense isn't the best, but they can stop plays. It seems like they executed well for the most part in that department. The run defense was able to do well for the most part. You got Tampa Bay on the other hand, who just really just went into New Orleans and really showed up. I mean, that game was close for most of it, but the turnovers of the Saints was really starting to pile up and go against their favor. Tampa Bay's defense really showed up. After I talked trash about them last week, they must have watched that video because they showed up in this game. Let me tell you, 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions thrown by Breeze. I think he had a lost fumble. Alvin Kamara did get around 4.5 yards per carry, but they limited him to under 100 yards. Tampa Bay's run defense did enough in this game. Their pass defense definitely showed up. Tom Brady on offense didn't put up stellar numbers, but he put up good numbers for the most part. No turnovers. He did almost throw a couple of interceptions. Think about the Saints. If that was Drew Brees' last game, I don't want people saying that he's a fraud or BS. He isn't. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Look at his stats. I mean, some people are going to say he's a stat patter. Dude went to the playoffs several times. He's won several playoff games. I mean, talk about a guy who really had a transformation of his career after he left the San Diego Chargers. And look what he was able to do for the Saints. He got the Saints into some playoff runs. Of course, the Super Bowl win. At least he won a Super Bowl. You know, I would have wanted to see him win one more Super Bowl. But if that was really it for Drew Brees, what a career. Farewell to him. I wish him all the best in his future. As far as this game goes, this is going to be I think this is going to be a much closer game than the first matchup they had earlier in the year. Don't let Week 6 hinder on you in your decision. I mean, things are different, a lot different. We know Tampa Bay gave Green Bay their worst loss of the season. It was a 38-10 beatdown. I mean, Tampa Bay just flat out blitzed on Rodgers, and Rodgers just couldn't do much. The offense just wasn't able to do a whole heck of a lot. And Tampa Bay's offense was able to get going with those turnovers. That helped aid it in points. But we're talking about a completely different setting. First off, this is Aaron Rodgers' first time being at home for the NFC Championship game. I thought that was a lie. I was like, wow, really? All the every time that Aaron Rodgers has been in the NFC Championship game, he's been on the road, including the time they went to the Super Bowl. They were a 6th seed that year. But you're going to Lambeau. It's going to be cold, snowy. Tom Brady does have a decent track record in the cold. If you look back at his history at the New England Patriots in cold weather, he's had some success. So I don't think this should bother him too much. I'm not sure about everyone else. This is going to be a tough, dragged out game. I think this is going to definitely be one to watch for sure. I mean, you've got two of the best in the NFC at the very least. Green Bay is going to need to establish dominance early. They're going to want to get off to a fast start on offense and show that they're not afraid of getting after Tampa Bay's defense, especially the pass defense. I mean, you got Murphy Bunting on that other end. He just played lights out last week. I mean, that Tampa Bay defense. You got Devin White, who can definitely get after you. This is one where it seems similar to when Green Bay faced San Francisco the previous season, where they faced off in the regular season in the NFC Championship, and Green Bay just couldn't do much in either game. They did a little bit more in the NFC Championship, but didn't really feel like it. What Tampa Bay has to do, they need to establish what they did in Week 6. They need to really clock in on pass defense. They need to clock in on the rush. Blitz Rodgers, but don't blitz him every single play, but get him pressure to the point where he starts making stupid throws and stuff, But Aaron Rodgers was able to make such great plays against the Rams because, for one, their offensive line held up, and two, the offensive line held up, and two, the Rams they didn't show up. It seemed like at times. I don't know. This is a tricky one, but in all reality, Green Bay's played so well. Their offense is dangerous. Davante Adams, Allen Lazard. It's a very, very dangerous combination with Tampa Bay's offense. They got Ronald Jones going, so this could be something where Tampa Bay really can settle the score here and make a sweep on the season. But I have to go with Green Bay. I wanted to take Tampa Bay, but Green Bay seems like it's their time right now. Plus, their GM just passed away last night. I think they're going to be fueled emotionally by that loss. I've seen most teams I've seen overall that lose a piece of their a person who was involved in their franchise that passed away. They ended up winning the following games, so that's a little bit part of why I'm picking Green Bay. Not really that much, but I think Green Bay's got it locked in. Do I think they'll struggle? Yes, I think this is going to be a struggle for both teams, but in the end, I think Green Bay pulls it out by a field goal and whatnot. Whew, this game. Okay, so Kansas City versus Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. Ironically, the last time Buffalo was in the AFC Championship was against the Chiefs, and they pretty much housed them in that game 30-13, 27 years ago, when Joe Montana used to quarterback for the Chiefs. So here we have a matchup here. This will start, by the way, at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5:40 p.m. Central Standard Time on CBS. Kansas City is a 3-point favorite in this game. Going into this game with Kansas City, that matchup against the Browns, they looked like they were going to really pull away and blow them out. Then the Browns start picking up some fire. Mahomes goes down. Chad Henne goes into the game. All of a sudden, we got a game. Chad Henne on that 3rd and long, ran for it, went short. Andy Reid called shotgun and 4th down. Talk about having to set up balls. My goodness. Andy Reid's got to be one of the best in those kind of situations, it seems like. I don't know. It just seems like Andy Reid, he's really having some of the best coaching of his career, it seems like, at this point. He's gotten Kansas City back to the AFC Championship a 3rd year in a row, and this is the first AFC team to host 3 straight AFC Championships. So you got to understand that this is probably some of the best coaching that he's had. I know he took the Eagles to 4 straight NFC Championship games, but he lost 3 of them in a row before winning the 4th one. And even then, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but it was a close one against the Patriots. Chiefs are looking to become the first team to go to back-to-back Super Bowls since New England did in 03 and 04. Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes going to be healthy. That's the big story going into this one. Then you got Buffalo, who put on a defensive performance to remember against the Ravens. The Buffalo Bills have problems stopping the run. But with the Ravens, I can see why it was the way it was with stopping the run. Well, first off, the Ravens are not a pass-first team. Lamar isn't a deep play guy. He can't throw the ball super far down the field well. His accuracy just goes straight down the two, basically, at that point, it seems like. They're a run-first offense. They run a lot of plays. They run some options, side routes. It's just the Ravens are a run-oriented team mainly on the offense, and Buffalo was able to. Once you see it enough, it's like, okay, we know what you're going to do and all that. So Buffalo was able to get pressure on Lamar Jackson. They were able to stifle the run, and then the Ravens had nothing left, and they had to get forced to go pass down the field. That helped the Bills' defense out incredibly. Lamar Jackson making a mistake there. Well, in general, he didn't see Taron Johnson there in the end zone. He just kind of snuck in there. That's how good defensive players play. They get sneaky and stuff. That's how you really confuse the quarterback. That's how you really. That's just great defense by the Buffalo Bills. They've played tremendous defense in the 2 weeks so far, the playoffs, the wild card and divisional round. We've seen their offense do things, but they haven't had that explosive game yet. I'm looking to see that in this one because this is looking like a shootout possibly. Buffalo, though, yeah, great job to them for getting to this point in the season. Josh Allen, we know how good both these teams are, but you have a healthy Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City's the better team. But that's the question. Is Mahomes going to be ready? He looked decent in practice from what I heard. I'm expecting him to play. Kansas City has numerous weapons on offense. Kansas City, when you blitz Patrick Mahomes, he becomes the best quarterback in that situation. He's first in getting blitzed against because he will torch you. Absolutely torch you. Buffalo can pass rush, but they don't quite get to the quarterback. I don't know what happens there in that moment. It's, they just can't seem to quite get the hits they need and whatnot. Besides, Mahomes is hard to even tackle or sack in the first place. So they're going to need to find a divisive strategy from Mahomes if they want to get any kind of pressure on him, because the dude's literally cold as ice when it comes to. He's pretty much Iceman or something when it comes to getting blitz because he just doesn't care. Bills run a lot of good play action plays. The Chiefs are one of the best at stopping play action. Kansas City runs a lot of play action. Buffalo can't quite stop play action. We know the Bills' pass defense is one of the best. They can get turnovers. We saw that with the Ravens game, how they get sneaky in coverage. You're going to have a lot of deep field threats with Tyreek Hill over the middle with Kelsey. Kelsey, you don't want to press him. He just gets so physical. He's a very physical tight end, one of the most physical tight ends I've seen ever. It could be a concern. Buffalo could get gassed out by this. I mean, I don't know. Buffalo's offense is going to have to really step up in this one. I think they need to have that explosive game. I mean, I'm not saying in the wild card round they did. The wild card round they produced some great offense in there. But this is the time where they have to come alive. If the Bills don't get going on offense in this game and they start relying more on the defense, Kansas City, their best option here is to wear down the Bills' defense so that. And here's the thing too: the Chiefs on defense. I hear it's underrated, and in a rough way it is. You got Tyrann Mathieu. He's pretty much the soul of the backfield, pretty much. You got L'Jarius Sneed. You got Bashaud Breeland in there who can make some defensive plays, can get some picks. They've been getting more turnovers lately. Got Frank Clark on the edge, I think, where he's at in the defensive line. Chiefs can play some defense. They're not the greatest on defense, but they can play some defense. Tyrann Mathieu can definitely get. Buffalo loves going down the field. Buffalo's going to want to mix it up. They don't want to go down the field all the time. And also on defense, Buffalo's going to have to mix up their defensive plays. Don't do the same old, for example, Colts like doing cover two. Don't be doing a bunch of the same old defensive plays. They're going to need to get a little bit confused in their defense to confuse Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and them. But it's going to be super difficult because Kansas City is such a stout offensive team. And also for Kansas City, don't get super creative with play calling. Stick to what you got because you start getting funny on offense, you screw up. That could really turn the whole game around. Pardon me. That could turn the whole game around in Buffalo's favor. In the end, though, I was going to originally pick the Bills, but I had to take the Chiefs. The Bills are going to have pressure on them. This is where the Bills. It's a lot. It's like people are like, okay, I don't know how to explain it. It's going to be a tough game. I think this is going to be a higher scoring game, maybe in the mid-30s. Chiefs, I think this is going to be a very exciting game. Definitely one to watch. Don't want to miss either game this weekend. But the Chiefs, I think, can pull it off, especially with the healthy Mahomes. if Mahomes isn't healthy, if he does not play, I'm gonna pick the Bills. I was originally going with them anyway, but right now I'm picking the Chiefs to win a close game. Both these games I think will be close. Green Bay, Tampa Bay could be a little less close. It depends on how things really go on the defensive end of the spectrum. But KC's offense should get them to where they need to be. Buffalo's going to have to play a great offensive game, and I think they're just going to fall slightly short. But that was all for this video. I thank you guys for watching. I'll have my Super Bowl prediction. Oh my goodness, sorry. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have my Super Bowl prediction towards the end of next week. Stay tuned for the next bracketology update tomorrow. College basketball continues to be chaotic. More games being postponed because of COVID, but I hope you guys take care. Hope you guys end up watching some great football this weekend. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win this weekend. I'll catch you guys again soon.